We did it. We did it. The royal we being me. I did it. Maybe you did it too. But 1,000 miles for 2017. That was the goal. That was the New Year's resolution when we started this year, way back in January. And it was done. It was completed October 31st. And now we got 2 more months. We can keep running and see how much we do. Ironic, I know, to be wearing such warm clothes when you're talking about an activity that's so, makes you sweat and so warm. But it's now cold. Like, again, we start the year cold, we end the year cold. In the middle is when we got all those hot days. And it's not a hot day now. It just ended a few weeks ago, actually. So we're going to talk about the 1,000 miles. Kind of sum it all up. Now, the last time I did 1,000 miles, I had to check my records, my run logs. It was 2011. So that meant 5 whole years of not doing 1,000 miles. I meant to, I wanted to, but work got in the way, life got in the way, things happened, and I didn't get the miles run. Had a few good, I don't know even if I've run 300 miles in these other years. It just did not happen. So that was kind of disappointing, but this year it was a resolution. And I completed it. So I completed it early. I'm not done yet. Not done yet. Still got 2 more months, and I hope to get to 1,280 miles to beat someone else's goal. Because I like competition. I like to compete, and I know someone else. Only one person I know has even run 1,000 miles a year. Other people might. I'm not saying you haven't. You could have. You say, hey, James, I ran 1,200 last week. You didn't, not a week, but maybe for the year. But if you do, great. We need more people to post about these things, to challenge each other, and to run lots of miles, because it makes us better, I guess, I hope, because that was a lot of time. That was a big commitment. Now, in 2011, I also noticed, when I was looking at my history, that I ran a half marathon. It wasn't an official one, because you can do these things for free. You don't have to pay to run a half marathon or a marathon. You just go run it and get a watch or an iPhone to track it. Anyway, the time was 8 minutes and 14 seconds average. I'm not even close to that. I can get an 8. I can get an 8-minute mile. I think I can get a 7-minute mile. I think I got 1, but this year. Probably a 6 if I trained for it. But to have an 8:14 half marathon back in 2011, it was kind of, it's cool, but it's disappointing now because I've done 25, I think 20, maybe actually I think it was 26. Interesting number. 26 half marathons this year. Those are the days I just ran 13 miles or more. It was disappointing because none of those runs were very fast. Some of them were straight through. I'd say about, 30% were straight through. The other times I'd take breaks, interval runs, all that good stuff. But nothing as fast as that 8:14. I don't know how I did it, but I want to get it again. I mean, I may never be able to do it, but I'm not giving up. That is a goal. I'll keep working on it until I can beat that, until I get a 7 or something. I don't even know what marathon runners do, but that would be kind of too much of a goal. My goals aren't so, difficult. Anyway, all right, moving on. And I did do a 30-mile run in 2011 too. So the most I did this year, I think, was 23. Didn't even get a marathon, but what can you do? So this year's average results were, my average speed was probably 10 to 11 miles per hour, or miles per hour. Nice. Minutes per mile. I could do better on some days, worse on some days, but that was probably my average. I'm just guessing here. I don't have the stats in front of me. I've got stats, but not those stats. That's a fun word, stats. Yeah. So there were no super fast runs. There's a few times with some sprints in the middle of a run and some great energy runs, but nothing overall. It was the post 10s and not the sub 10s, where I'm in the 9s, the 8s, the 7s. Most of them just were up higher, and of course, the longer you go, the more likely you are to slow down. So most runs, if you're once past 13 miles, those are probably past 13 minutes a mile. Yeah. So as I said, 23.3 was the fastest in March, and that was going up the Iron Horse Trail, going back down the Iron Horse Trail, and that went pretty well, but again, wanted to get to 26. I didn't get to 26. The year's not over. It still could happen. Probably won't, but it could. Now, the longest time was probably 6 hours and 45 minutes. That was a run, jog, walk. So there was walking, there was running, and there was jogging. Because I was in Seattle at the time, I was visiting parks and getting lost and trying to figure out how I'm going to get home, hoping for the GPS, starving, getting pizza, and then going back on the run, running through the streets. It was an awesome day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I ran from Seattle to across the bridges, the big bridges with the cars just zipping past you, and the bikes too. I don't think there was one other runner on that bridge. Anyway, that's several miles of bridge. It's kind of fun. Going into Mercer Island and then into Bellevue, and it was 6 hours and 45 minutes of running, full day. But it was great exercise, great fun, and I don't have any regrets about it. It was all good, although I was pretty sore afterwards. 20 miles for that day. So the longest run was 23, but the longest day was 20 miles for 6.45 hours. Long day. And of course, one of my favorites, nobody at home should try this. Don't try this at home. Although you can't unless the weather is hot. But I did have a 112-degree run. I guess for me, I'm going to say that is my record now. I might have had 113 back in 2000 and a long time ago. But I did have a 112, so now that we got the iPhones, the smartphones, I can record this kind of stuff. So 112 was the temperature, and for me it was fine. Again, I'm a professional. Professional what? I got water. I pour the water on me. I mean, I'm not really overheated because of like all the water I have, and just if you're covered in water, does it matter if it's 112 degree? You're breathing it, sure. Got a hat on, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about me. But 112 degrees twice, I think, actually. So that was kind of cool to break that record. And again, those aren't fast runs. I'm not like huffing and puffing. Those are slow runs. They're calculated. I mean, I'm doing it safely. Trust me. I know you don't, but trust me. So in summary, some of the stats. Weight loss was probably none. I only started losing weight towards the very end when I was really getting meticulous about calorie counting. So for running, you can consider no weight loss. And you say, well, yeah, but your muscles, no, there wasn't really that much muscle gain. That's sort of I mean, it can happen, but for most people, nah, there's no muscle loss or no muscle gain, really. I mean, the muscles do become stronger, of course, and better, faster, to have more stamina. But they're not like huge, all of a sudden the fat goes and the muscles is taking its place now. Look in the mirror and you can tell this kind of stuff, that you can kind of evaluate everything. As far as speed gain, we talked about that. None, got really no faster. What can you do? Endurance, though, I will say, endurance definitely improved. No doubt about that. I mean, I wasn't able to go 13 or 18 miles at the beginning of the year, but I can do that now. I can do that without too much pain. Knees will still be sore, feet will be sore, but it's not like I get like 3 miles and all of a sudden I'm kaput. Now I'm going 13 miles, no problem. All right, a little bit of a problem, but not a big problem. I can get past it. And as I said, 26 marathons for the year. So that was pretty good. 26 marathons, half marathons, 26 half marathons for the year. That was pretty cool. No real full marathons, but 26 halves, that's like 13 fulls, although it's not. But maybe next year we can have more results on full marathons. And people ask, why? Why do you do it? Why don't you put yourself through it? So much time, so much energy, so much of a commitment. But the main thing is just reaching goals, setting goals, reaching goals. This is a year-long goal. It's kind of fun to have, especially when you can have so much control over getting to it. There's goals you can have. I want to be a millionaire. You don't quite have the same amount of control to that. You could lose your job. There's a lot of reasons why you also get hurt and not run, but this is the kind of thing it's doable. It's achievable if you do it. So this is one reason why I run. I set the goal, I can achieve the goal. So twice now, and who knows how many more times. And the potential to improve. I like knowing that each run gives me the opportunity to get better, to get faster, to get stronger. So I definitely have not gotten too much faster, but I have also not put in the right amount of work into it. So I know if I could, if I did. But so far, I haven't. Working on it. Another thing is calorie burning. You really have to be in control, and you really have to make sure you don't put the calories right back into your body after the run. But if you keep running the halves, especially the full marathons, definitely, the calories will burn, the body fat will go away. I think for half marathons, it's tougher. Once you get to full marathons, or at least, I don't know, 15 miles on up, you're definitely going to be burning calories and burning fat. But it's easy to not lose any weight or burn enough calories at 13 on down, just because there's a lot of too many other factors. But once you're up that, you're spending. A lot of people are spending 3 to 4 hours of running, and that at some point you're really burning a lot of fat. I also do it because I don't want to get worse. I don't want to lose this. I'm capable of doing something that not a lot of people can do. Well, I guess percentage-wise, not a lot of people can do that. So it's just nice to be able to know I can run a half marathon. I can run maybe 15 miles. I don't want to lose that, so I do it just because if I keep doing it, I'm holding on to something. I'm holding on to youth, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. You can evaluate any way psychologically you want. Another thing is, I do want a future marathon. I do want to be able to finally get to that point where I sign up for a marathon, I pay for a marathon, I run a marathon, and I finish a marathon. So I guess that is probably the be-all, end-all goal. Do a marathon, and again, if I train better, I mean, you don't have to run 1,000 miles to get to marathon status. You just have to make the running some more efficient and effective. For me, a lot of times, I just want to run slowly, not think about it, just keep running and do my time, as it were. I guess the best thing is just put in my time. But if you want a marathon, you really have to work hard. Most of those people, I'm guessing, they work hard. So anyway, 1,000 miles a year. It was good, and I'm going to keep going. Well, who knows, maybe at the end of the year we'll be at 1280. That's the goal. So tune in next time for 1,000 miles. That's going to be a while. Just tune in someday.